an irredeemable lack of manpower, since, as they put it, the new mobilization will not save us. That is plausible, because Ukrainian units are heavily depleted, as Ukrainian commanders have acknowledged. Any mobilization is about trying to fill gaping holes, not about expanding the forces. In addition, those Ukrainians willing to fight have already been recruited and quite a few unwilling ones as well. For a long time, Kiev has had to rely on manhunts to scrape together enough cannon fodder. This problem is only getting worse. And finally, those mobilized now also need to be trained. Their lack of consent and motivation will make that hard, while there is not enough time for it in the first place. Secondly, the Ukrainian officers believe that most of the fresh aid will arrive too late. That fear is well-founded, too, considering the underlying weakness of Western arms industries. This is reflected in the fact that less than 14 out of the $61 billion are really earmarked for supplies to be delivered this year. Much of the rest will restock U.S. arsenals. The West is capable of releasing some systems and ammunition quickly, which is hyped in the mainstream media, for instance The Economist, as just in time. Yet, in a large-scale war of attrition, the real challenge is scale. It is clear that the West cannot provide in sufficient quantities, now and for the foreseeable future. That is why even President Vladimir Zelensky, after a meeting with NATO General Secretary Jens Stoltenberg, publicly stated that he sees no positive developments regarding timely support for Ukraine's military. He cautioned that although money has been allocated, it is one thing to have funds, and as important to see what we can get with them. The third reason why the Ukrainian officers speaking to Blick believe that Kiev will lose is their own commander-in-chief, SYRSKY. They still call him the Butcher, a nickname he originally earned by his ruthless and useless wasting of troops during the Battle of Artyomovsk-Bakhmut. Serving under him, the frontline fighters say, has a paralyzing effect on them, not on the Russians. One officer even went as far as to speak of a genocide of our best soldiers. Even though SYRSKY is a bad commander-in-chief, that is hyperbole. But it is indicative of the low morale of some Ukrainian frontline troops that they use such terms with respect to their own leadership. Zelensky's top rival has gone missing. Where is General Zaluzny? Read more. Zelensky's top rival has gone missing. Where is General Zaluzny? In the West as well, we see signals of caution. Parts of the commentariat have started reframing the $61 billion. It is no longer the make-or-break lifesaver of the West's war effort but simply insufficient. Hugo Dixon, a Reuters columnist, for instance, argues that the aid package can only be the beginning of a longer and, again, much more expensive effort. Biden administration officials, anonymous just like the skeptical Ukrainian officers, have also publicly doubted that the new aid package will be enough for Ukraine to win. The key question is, what are all these signals about? Are they really meant to lower expectations, preparing, in essence, an exit, at least for the US, if